All right, looks like we up.
Time.
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
Hey, so first and foremost, we want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Bahashem,
Bahashem,
Yahushai,
Yahushai,
Bahashem,
Bahashem,
Rakah,
Rakah,
Kadash.
Kadash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone who were well. Peace and salutations to all the sincere Akim, enduring afflictions, making their calling and election sure. It's your brother Kabar,
It's the brother Yatazakah.
and back with another one. What was the topic on this one, bro?
Yahweh Shemashai didn't raise no punks. God didn't raise no punks.
Okay. Lord willing, this be edifying to the elect. Yahweh Bashim Havshai, Bashim Kakadash, Brakatam, to all sincere listeners who may hear this. So we kicking it off with Jeremiah 1 and 6.
Read down to 10 and then jump down to 17. Baba Kasha.
Khan. This book of prophet Jeremiah 1 and 6, it says, Then said I, Lord, Yahweh Bashim Havshai, behold, I cannot speak, for I am a child. Verse 7, it says, But the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Havshai, said unto me, Say not, I am a child, for thou shalt go to all that I shall send thee, and whatsoever I command thee, thou shalt speak. It says, verse 8,
So
Mhm.
Salakia, so Yahweh Shemashai, he said, hey, don't tell me you're no child, man. I don't want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? He said, you gonna go and talk. You gonna go and talk to whoever I tell you to talk to, and you gonna say whatever I tell you to say. I don't care nothing about you being no child.
Khan. It says, verse 8, Be not afraid of their faces, for I am with thee to deliver thee, saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Havshai.
Right. So Yahweh Shemashai, like basically, I don't care, how small you is, how young you are, what you worried about. You know what I'm saying? Basically, you gonna go. You don't be afraid of none of that. You know what I'm saying? Go say what I tell you to say, regardless of how you feel about it. And I'm gonna take care of you, man. You basically man up and go and go do what I tell you to do.
Verse 9, Then the Lord Yahweh Bashim Havshai put forth his hand and touched my mouth, and the Lord Yahweh Bashim Havshai said unto me, Behold, I have put my words in thy mouth. Verse 10, it says, See, I have this day set thee over the nations and over the kingdoms, to root out, and to pull down, and to destroy, and to throw down, to build, and to plant.
And see, this is a prime example of Yahweh Shai not raising, no punk, man. You know what I'm saying? Not raising no weakling, man. You know what I'm saying? Because he said he put words in his mouth and he set him up to over nations and over kingdoms to root them out and pull them down and to destroy and to throw down, to build and to plant, man. So Yahweh Shai, he set up the prophet Jeremiah, even though he was a young lad, so to speak, to have a grown man business, man. That's big boy stuff. You know what I'm saying? He set him up over kingdoms and nations, man.
Yep. That's right, bro. You got something?
Yeah, jump now to that 17. All right, Baba Kasha.
Verse 17?
Verse 17 through 19, Baba Kasha.
Okay. Verse 17, it says, Though therefore gird up thy loins, and arise, and speak unto them all that I command thee, be not dismayed at their faces, lest I confound thee before them.
And that's the one I wanted. He said, gird up thy loins and arise and speak unto them all that I command thee. Be not dismayed at their faces, lest I confound thee before them, man. You know what I'm saying? So he like, look, you gonna stand up like a man, or I'm gonna let them I'm gonna let them whoop on your ass, basically. You know what I'm saying? Just saying it in Jake terminology. You gonna go fight, or you know what I'm saying? Or basically, I'm gonna let them whoop on your ass, man. You know, you gonna go stand up though. You gonna go do what I tell you to do. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna go stand tall against these people, regardless of of how you feel. You know, don't be afraid. Don't fear nothing. Just go do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Con. Continue down.
Yeah, go down to 19. Baba Kashab.
Con. Verse 18 it says, For behold, I have made thee this day a defenced city, and an iron pillar, and brazen walls against the whole land, against the kings of Judah, against the princes thereof, against the priests thereof, and against the people of the land.
And that's heavy, man. You know, Yahweh Shema, he said against the kings of Judah, man. You know, it's Judah, that's the lead tribe, man. You know, against the princes thereof, against the priests thereof, against the people of the land. You know, Yahweh Shema said, look, I made you a defense city and an iron pillar, man. Basically, man, and you gonna stand up and go toe to toe with the best of the best of them, man. You know, you gonna do it. You know.
Yep. Verse 19. It says, And they shall fight against thee, but they shall not prevail against thee, for I am with thee, said the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, to deliver thee.
Yeah, so Yahweh Shema said they're gonna try to fight against you. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately they ain't gonna beat you. You know, but you gonna go fight though. You know, because that's like you think about that like, damn, going against fight against, you know, the kings of Judah, man. You know, the chief priests thereof, the princes of Israel, man. You know, against the the children of Israel, man. Those some big there's some big mighty guys, man. I don't know if I can do it. You know what I'm saying? But Yahweh Shema said they gonna fight against you, but guess what? They not gonna beat you. You go fight though. I don't care how you feel about the situation, you go fight, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, can we get this word for punks? Punk. Salakia.
Let me get that in Google.
Yeah, Baba Kashab. See what
Just
kind of
PUNK.
synonyms. Yeah, PUNK kind. Type in synonyms for it.
Okay. I got bully, thug, delinquent,
Hold on, that
goon.
seems like anonyms, don't it?
Right.
Salakia.
You know, I guess this is according to Esau. I guess he got a certain, oh yeah, these punks. You know what I'm saying? But according to us, you know, we know what a punk really is. You probably gotta get
Right.
what's the website? It's like a urban dictionary. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
Let me see if I can get that in the urban.
God.
Look at these punks. Esau is saying that. Let's see.
Yeah, Esau. Wow. Yeah, that's right though. That is some shit Esau say. You know, like, oh, a thug, or you know, a so-called delinquent or tough guy. That'll be a punk in Esau's eyes.
God.
I looked up the etymology. You know, I know you are probably looking up the urban, but I see in the etymology on Google, one of the informal. It says informal North American. It says a worthless person, often used as a general term of abuse. You know, so it could be considered as a worthless person. Okay, in the online etymon, it says inferior, bad, something worthless. Rotten wood. It says can be considered as dust, powder, ashes.
You know? Yep. Just to get what I got. Not sloppy.
No, so basically just a worthless person from what I just grabbed.
Yeah, I basically got the same thing.
Okay, Kyle.
Just to read it.
How about you? Oh, go ahead, Slocky, brother. My fault.
Yeah, just to read it. I mean, it's the same thing, but just to add, it says something or someone worthless or unimportant, a ruffian, hoodlum, an inexperienced youth. It says a young male partner of a homosexual. It says, you know what I'm saying? It says an apprentice, especially in the building trade. So yeah, that's a punk. That's not what the Most High is raising up.
Right. You know what I'm saying? You read it. You read your definition one more time. That was pretty nice.
Con. It says, let me see if I could let it play.
Punk.
I don't know if you heard that.
Yeah.
It says something or someone worthless or unimportant, young ruffian or hoodlum. It says an inexperienced youth. It says a young male partner of an homosexual.
Yeah, it's a inexperienced youth, man.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like Yahweh Shemashah, we ain't just no, what Jeremiah would be considered as a inexperienced youth. You know what I'm saying? Or just a worthless person. Someone who was unimportant.
Hmm.
But Yahweh Shemashah, he said, "No, you not. That's not what you are, and that's not what you gonna be." And that's ultimately, how Yahweh Shemashah set up, our whole nation to be. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? You had something to add?
Now what you got?
You'll grab Amos 3 for me real quick, just to make a quick point on that. Because Yahweh Shemashah, he don't he's not gonna let us settle for less, or let us set. We're not just unworthy, unworthy of, going to battle. Just like a regular so-called, so to speak, man in the world going up against Mike Tyson or something, man. Like, bro, I'm not worthy of going to fight Mike. So he gonna knock my damn my top off. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But Yahweh Shemashah, he don't he's not just he don't consider us like that. You know what I'm saying? Like we're he puts us on a level higher than anyone else. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of
Hmm.
their strength or their stature. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Yep. Reminds me of that in Deuteronomy 7:7.
Yep, that's a good one. Yep,
You said Amos 3 and where?
3 and 1. Bible.
Con. This is the book of the prophet Amos 3:1. It says, Hear this word that the Lord Yahweh Shem Hashai has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, Verse 2, You only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities.
Right. So yeah, Yahweh Shemashah, like I ain't finna let you just be, like Esau's definition of a punk, like a hooplam. You know what I'm saying? Just a little delinquent. You know what I'm saying? Just a nobody, a
Punk.
unworthless person.
Hmm.
A punk, yeah, God. You know, someone who just, a weakling, man. Yahweh Shemashah, like, nah, man, I'm not allowing you to be succumbed to that. You're gonna be strong, you're gonna be built up, and you're gonna fight like a man. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna be no weak, no weak little punk out here, man. You
Hmm.
know?
Yep. That was the point on that.
Yeah, that was it.
Back in Jeremiah. I think
Uh
that
yeah,
was
we can
actually,
finish on that.
yeah, kind.
You got some?
Yeah, I might hold it. Let me see. I was gonna get Ezekiel 9. I could get this. This is a quick one in Proverbs 28.
Bring it up, whatever you got.
This is in the book of Proverbs 28 and 1. It says, The wicked flee when no man pursueth, but the righteous are bold
Mm.
as a lion.
Ooh, that's a good precept.
That's the nature, all right, of a man of the Lord, man. All right, to be bold as a lion. The wicked is going to be out here fleeing when no man pursueth. Most High he ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna save 144,000. All right, just cowards or punks. It's gonna be men who gonna be bold. I was gonna get one of my favorites in Wisdom 5. Because that's that boldness, man. You know, but ultimately that's the trait, man, of a man of the Lord.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hey, I got this word bold in the online etymology, if I may.
Con.
It says bold, stout-hearted, brave, confident, strong.
Mm.
Uh, let's see. So that's a brave, confident, strong person. That's what the righteous are. They brave, confident, and strong. Let's see what we can get. Let's see if we get a little bit more for the synonyms. Uh, mm, You go into the synonyms for it says, hold on, it says of a person, action, or idea showing their ability to take risks, confident and courageous. Uh, so someone who has the ability to take risks, so to speak, some, that the average person wouldn't do. Like, man, you finna go run, like, you know what I'm saying? You you got a whole bunch of big ass, Jakes, like he was telling me the other day that big ass Jake he went to his house. You know what I'm saying? You got like four of them type Jakes, 4, 5 of them type Jakes. You just gonna run up on them and tell them like, hey, man, you need to get your shit together, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
the average person ain't gonna do nothing like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But hey, that's Yahweh Shema Shah. That's how he raised us to be. We're bold as a lion. That's what the righteous are. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. That's right.
Uh, but I'm gonna just cover some of these synonyms for the word bold real quick. It says daring, in, interpret, courageous, brave, valiant man, fearless. Woo! Yeah, what is that? That's in 2 Timothy 1:7 for you. How about Shema Shai have not given us
Mm.
the spirit of fear,
Yep.
but of
I was gonna
power.
get that. Yep.
Oh, God, that's the spirit. You want to grab it real quick?
I could get that. Yep. Um. This is in the book of 2 Timothy 1:7. It says, "For Yahweh Shem Havshai hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind."
Mm, you got it, bro.
Con. This is how this thing is set up, man. You know, man, the Lord ain't gonna be like one of those just fearful, man. Which I was gonna get another one, but Lord willing, we could probably end off around that area. You know what I'm saying?
God.
But being fearful, man, that's something that's ultimately gonna get you that lake of fire. You
Mm,
don't want to be you don't want to be in that spirit of fear, man. This is but of power, man.
mm,
And of love, man. If you truly love Yahabashim Yahshua, we know that it's a certain spirit that you're gonna be in, man. You're gonna endure. You're gonna be bold, man. This is of a
God.
sound mind. That's the stability, man.
Mm, yep. And that's a great point about the love too, because what it says in St. John 15, greater love have no man than this, that he lay
Mm,
down his life. You know what I'm saying, for his friends.
mm-hmm.
The righteous are as bold as a lion.
Yep.
But again, I'm gonna get a couple more of these synonyms for the word bold. It says unafraid, undaunted, dauntless, valorous, adventurous, audacious, dashing, heroic, gallant, uh, venturesome, unflinching, spirited, uh, confident, decisive, assured. That's nice. Uh, enterprising, rash, reckless, brash, gutsy,
Mm,
ballsy,
yep.
uh, feisty. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So we we got balls, man. Yahweh Shemashah made us. We're supposed to have ball. Well, we got to grab something real quick. You got something?
Yeah, but what you got?
Let's get this Job 38 real quick. Job 38:3, because it said we ballsy. You know what I'm saying, and gutsy. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Job 38:3 says, "Gird up
Yep.
now thy loins like a man, for I will demand of thee, and answer thou me."
Yeah. So Yahweh Shemashah said, "Hey, let your balls hang, man." You know what I'm saying? Like I demand that of you, man. I demand that of you. So Yahweh Shemashah has demanded us to gird up our loins out here, man. Be ballsy, be gutsy. You know.
Mm-hmm.
That was just a quick one. You know.
Mm-hmm. I got one.
God.
It's kind of a side note, but I think if you could receive it, you'll see what I'm saying. This is in Sirach um 25:13. It says, "Give me any plague but the plague of the heart, and any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman." You know, so ultimately, all right, that's a trait of a woman. All right, you know,
Mm.
ultimately there's gonna be women. All right, you know, they like the elect lady, but ultimately, you know, in general, the Most High ain't choosing men to be like a woman. All right,
Right.
because you know, you know, if you've got the ears to you got the ears to hear, man, you gotta be manly, man. You know, and that's you know, and that I mean, you know, being effeminate, you know, that's synonymous with lacking faith. You know, if you lack
Mm.
faith, then what's, you know what I'm saying? You're going to be moving a
Mm.
certain way. You're going to really be fearful. You're going to be, you know, you're going to be scared. You know, accounts talk about it, like Job's
Yep.
wife, you know,
Right.
his wife.
Mm. Yep. Yep. It's beautiful. I got a quick one too. That's the spirit. Cause let me bring this out. This Proverbs chapter 14 and verse 26. It says, in the fear of the Lord, Yahweh Shemashah, is strong confidence, and his children shall have a place of refuge, man. So if you got fear in Yahweh Shemashah, then ultimately you ain't gonna fear nothing else. You know what I'm saying? That's why you're gonna have strong confidence, man. That's why you're gonna be so bold. Cause why? Cause ultimately you know Yahweh Shemashah is in control of everything out here. You know, and you know that his children are gonna have a place of refuge, man. You know, um, let me read verse 27 as well. It says, the fear of the Lord, Yahweh Shemashah, is a fountain of life to depart from the snares of death. You know, so, you know, in the fear of the Lord, Yahweh Shemashah is the fountain of life, man. And you can depart from the snares of death within that. So, you know, if you know you got the fear of the Lord on you, you know, you got faith in Yahweh Shemashah, you know, you're not worried about nothing out here because you know Yahweh Shemashah is gonna take care of you. Like Jeremiah, like in Jeremiah the first chapter, he said, you know, they gonna fight against you, but they're not gonna prevail against you. Why? Because I'm gonna fight with you. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But yeah, that's it. You got something else out?
Yeah, I got a couple. You know what
God,
I got?
yeah, you got it, brother.
Um, you know, it might be racing, man.
God, nah, it's the spirit, man. It says spirited, man. You know, that's a part of being bold, man. Spirited, you know.
Con, let me just get this. This is a quick, well, not really, but I'm gonna jump to Revelation 13 real quick. Then I'm gonna get Daniel 7. This is in Revelation 13 and verse 7. It says, and it was given unto him to make war with the saints and to overcome them, and power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations. So the point there that I was trying to make was ultimately that, you know, this prophecy is talking about that beast making war with the saints. All right, this is like a war. You know, the Most High is a man of war. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so who are those saints? You know, ultimately, you know that 144,000. All right, it's men. All right, there's gonna be men who's gonna be taking this kingdom. This is in Daniel
Mm-hmm.
chapter 7, verse 18. It says, "But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever." So that's gonna be a battle, man. It's a war, man. You know, it's gonna take boldness, man. Like we bringing out. You can't be no punk to be out here taking the whole kingdom, man.
No, God, no, that's right, that's right. Dang, can you bring back out that Jeremiah 1 and 10 real quick,
Con.
just to back up your point in that Revelations 13.
Jeremiah 1 and 10, it says, See, I have this day, Slakia, see, I have this day set thee over the nations and over the kingdoms to root out and to pull down and to destroy and to throw down, to build and to plant.
Yeah, so ultimately, you know, even though the beast, you know, made war with the saints. Ultimately, Yahweh Shemashah set the saints up to destroy them. You know what I'm saying? He set the saints up uh over the nations and over the kingdoms. So, you know, these kingdoms can try to make war with the saints all day, but ultimately Yahweh Shemashah is not gonna allow, you know, them to defeat the saints. You know, that's why, you know why, because Yahweh Shemashah made the saints strong, man. You know.
Mm-hmm.
And I got one more quick one too to back you up. This Second Ezra chapter 13 and verse 31. It says, and one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and
Salaki.
one realm. Oh yeah,
Where was you at?
Second Ezra 13:31.
Okay, Salaki.
No, you good, brother. This Second Ezra chapter 13 verse 31. It says, "And one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another." You know, so Yahweh Shemashah, he's all about, in all facets, you standing up, either, you know, within the world, you just an average person in the world, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Yahweh Shemashah, he gonna require you to fight for your life out here. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're meant to die, you still gonna have to fight for your life. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
He requires the heathen to fight. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna require the angels to fight. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody gonna have to stand up, man. Everybody gonna have to stand up and fight their battle, man. You know why? Because Yahweh Shemashah, he not with that punk stuff, man. He not with that weak stuff. You gonna fight. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But can we get? You got something else, brother?
Yeah, what you got?
Bring out what you got real quick. All right, follow for sure.
All right. I was gonna get Luke 19, but I mean, we ain't had to read the whole parable, but if you wanted to, I was gonna get to the point.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Let your
Just
soul blow.
this is in St. Luke 19, just to start at verse 12. It says, he said, "Therefore a certain nobleman went into a far country to receive for himself a kingdom and to return. And he called his 10 servants and delivered them 10 pounds and said unto them, Occupy till I come. But his citizens hated him and sent a message after him, saying, We will not have this man to reign over us. And it came to pass that when he was returned, having received the kingdom, then he commanded these servants to be called unto him, says to whom he had given the money, that he might know how much every man had gained by trading. It says, Then came the first, saying, Lord, thy pound hath gained 10 pounds. He said unto him, Well, thou good servant, because thou hast been faithful in very little, thou, Slakia, have thou authority over 10 cities. It says, And the second came, saying, Lord, thy pound hath gained 5 pounds. He said likewise to him, Be thou over, Slakia, be thou also over 5 cities. And another came, saying, Lord, behold, here's thy pound, which I have kept, laid up in a napkin. Verse 21, he says, For I fear thee, because thou art an austere man. Thou takest up that thou layest not down, and reapest that thou didst not sow. Verse 22, and this is Yahushua speaking. It says, And he saith unto him, Out of thine own mouth will I judge thee, thou wicked servant. Since thou knewest that I was an austere man, taking up that I had laid not down, and reaping that I did not sow. I mean, that was really the point I was making, the fact that he was fearful, you know what I'm saying? He had that fear, and with the Yahushua, he said, Thou wicked servant, man. That's not something scriptures say, by thy own words, you get condemned. He says, Out of thine own mouth will I judge thee, thou wicked servant. Saying that you out here scared. That's you got to lock it.
No, it's not. You could just to add a quick point to that too. In that parable, it said, Yahushua, he dropped off the pounds. He dropped off the talent. So ultimately, he left it with him. What is that? What is that doing? That means you're being raised up with that. Like, you got to handle that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you got to hold it down on your own. You know what I'm saying? You got to hold it down on your own. Don't be scared. Like, make a move with it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. That's right.
I'm gonna read. You'll grab Proverbs 19 and 18. Unless you got something else.
This is in the book of Proverbs 19 and verse 18. It says, "Chasten thy son while there is hope, and let not thy soul spare for his crying."
Yeah. So Yahweh Shemashah said this is a proverb, man. You know, this is a dark saying, a wise saying. It say, "Chasten thy son while there is hope," which you know, there's hope for our people right now. You know, there's hope. You know, the gates of repentance are open, man. You know, there's hope. You know, so it says, "Chasten thy son while there is hope, and let not thy soul spare for his crime." You know what I'm saying? So ultimately, they're going to that affliction and that adversity, that tribulation that we got to go through, man. You know, Yahweh Shemashah, he's chastising us. Why? Because there's hope, man, and letting not our soul spare. Let not your soul spare for his crime. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because you got to toughen up, man. Yahweh Shemashah want us to toughen up out here, man. Be strong, man. That's why you might be like, damn, why you what I'm saying, doing me like this, you know what I'm saying? why you going so hard on me? But Yahweh Shemashah, hey, he going by that wise proverb, man. Let not your although he love us, he like, man, I can't let my soul spare for your crime, man. You just gotta deal with, you gotta man the fuck up. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yep. That was on that.
Yep. Can you get Proverbs 23 and 13, and also read 14, Baba Kasha?
This is Proverbs 23 and 13. It says, "Withhold not correction from the child, for if thou beatest him with the rod, he shall not die."
Right. So Yahweh Shemashah like, look, man, hey, you can't withhold correction from the child. You gotta whoop their ass, man. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna die. You put the belt to them. They're not gonna die from that, man. Ultimately, if you withhold correction from a child, you know what I'm saying, you spare the rod. You know what I'm saying? Then ultimately, they can grow up. They're gonna be weak. They're gonna be weak. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like you let your son grow up, and you spare the rod from, you all soft with him, man. He gonna grow up probably be a sodomite, man. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? Like you got, man, whoop on his head, man. Hit him in the chest a couple times, man. Make him go play some football or something. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Verse 14 it says, "Thou shalt beat him with the rod, and shalt deliver his soul from hell."
Right. Yeah, you should. When you beat him with the rod, you're gonna deliver his soul from hell, man. And that's what Yahweh Shemashah is doing, man. He's beating us with the rod. He's delivering our soul from hell. He's not allowing us to be a punk, because if we punk up in the time of trouble, where if thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small.
Mm.
You didn't have no strength. You weren't strong, man. That's so ultimately, that's why, you gonna succumb to the hell that come upon you, man. Why? Because you weren't strong enough to endure it. That's why Yahweh Shemashah beat us with the rod. Why? Because he's not raising us to be no punks out here, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's all about.
Yep.
But that's it. You got something out?
Yeah. Let me get this in Sirach. This is in Sirach 20 and 22. It says, "There is that destroyeth his own soul through bashfulness, and by accepting of persons overthroweth himself." You there, bro?
Yeah, you got it, brother.
Gone. So going back into that account in Luke, man, you don't want to be that person that's just fearful, especially doing things that you have to do. It might not be an easy task, might not be something that's just, this is a straight gate, Scriptures talk about crying loud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, man. Ezekiel 9, which now I was thinking about getting, but it talks about slaying old and young, It's a thing that it's not going to be easy, man. That's why there's a lot of keyboard warriors out here. They're not true warriors. They're just keyboard warriors. you know,
Yeah,
you know
man.
why? Because ultimately, you know what I'm saying? They don't got that boldness that's going to be like, all right, I'm going to actually get out there. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
I'm actually get
right,
out there and get this blood off my hands.
right. God, not. Yep. Oh, I got the perfect precept. That's the spirit. I was going to bring this out next. That was it on there, brother.
Con. Yep.
Um,
What you got?
can you bring 2 Timothy 2:3, Baba Kasha?
This is 2 Timothy 2 and verse 3. It says, "Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua Hamashiach."
You know, and see that, and that's what it boils down to. You know, they can't endure hardness as a good soldier for Yahushua Mashiach. You know, you got to endure hardness. You know, and everybody can't do that. Everybody don't want to do that. You know, so ultimately that's why, you know, they can't be a warrior, man. You know, matter of fact, you read verse 4 too.
Con. Verse 4 says, "No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who hath chosen him to be a soldier."
Right, yeah, that he may please him that have chosen you to be a soldier, man. Yahweh Shemashah has chose you to be a soldier. So you got to please him in his requirements of what he has chosen for you to be, you know, for chosen for you to be a soldier, man. You know, you can't please yourself and the requirements of yourself on what you think makes you a soldier, man. You know what I'm saying? Yahweh Shemashah, you gotta please him who chose you to be a soldier, you know. So Yahushua Mashiach, he chose you to be a soldier. You can't war, you know, you can't entangle yourself in war with the affairs of this life and think you're gonna please him who chose you to be a soldier, man. You know, you gotta endure hardness, man. You know, otherwise you can't be a soldier of Yahushua Mashiach. And that's ultimately, you know, why a lot of men can't, you know, be soldiers for Yahushua Mashiach, because they entangle themselves with the affairs of this life, man. You know.
Mm-hmm.
And can we? You want to blue letter up? Blue letter up?
Nah, I could be in there, but you want to get that word of fear?
I want to get that word hardness, but yeah, we can get that too. I want to get the hardness, but we can get that
Hardness.
fit too.
Hardness. Oh, in verse 3. Con.
Kind of verse 3. Yep.
Um, pull it up. That was in 2 Timothy 2.
Yep.
Alright, let's see. Hardness, Strong's G 2553.
Strong's G 2553. Carcapatheo. Carcapatheo.
Says to suffer or endure evils, hardships, or troubles. Says to be afflicted.
You know, so you gotta suffer and endure evils and hardships and troubles, man. You know, you gotta, when you go into Strong's definition, it says to undergo hardship. You gotta undergo hardship out here, man. You know, so you gotta go through hard shit out here, basically. You know,
Mm-hmm.
hard stuff. You know,
Straight up. Yeah.
here it is. Jake want to act hard. You know, Jake want to act hard out here. You know what I'm saying? He want to be hard. You know what I'm saying? You want to give off the appearance of being hard, but you don't want to deal with hard stuff. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to deal with hardships. You know how the hell you gonna be hard? You don't want to deal with hardships.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna get the word affairs as well.
Okay.
Mm.
Were you there?
Yeah, I'm already. I'm there. It's nice.
Okay. Strong's G 4230.
Strong's G 4230. Pragmatia. Pragmatia.
Says prosecution of any affair, business, occupation.
Yes, and this is our bit. You know, well, this is our Lord Yahushua Mashiach business, but this is a family business, and a part of this business, what you got to do, you got to deal with prosecution, man. You got to deal with persecution, man. You know, you got that's a part. That's a part of our that's a part of our occupation, man. You know, but the affairs of this life, you know, which we're you know, our life is hid in the Mashiach, man. So whatever a Mashiach, you know, all those who shall live godly in the Mashiach shall suffer persecution, man. You know, so you if you we're at war, you know, we're warring, you know, but you know we don't entangle ourselves, you know, with the affairs of this life, which are the affairs of this life is supposed to be filtered through Yahushua Mashiach, man. You know, it don't even supposed to be, you know, nothing, you know, outside of Yahushua Mashiach. And if you're serving Yahushua Mashiach, guess what you're gonna be dealing with? Persecution, man. You're gonna be dealing with afflictions. You're gonna be dealing with hardships, man. You know.
That's why the wicked flee when no man pursue it.
God,
Ain't trying to be entangled. You know what I'm saying? It
God,
says no
man.
man
Yep.
that warreth entangle himself with affairs, whether he gonna be entangled, you know?
God, man. Yep.
Just like the scripture say, if you you try to you seek to save your life, you lose it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You out here running away from this work. You trying to out here live your best life, and now you entangled in the affairs of this life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now you losing your life. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
God. Why? Because you're not pleasing him who chose you to be a soldier. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You're trying to be a soldier in your own right. That's not gonna work. You know. I want to get some of these synonyms for this word soldier too. You know, spirit on me to do it. It's a lot. Woo. You go into the word soldier and synonyms on Google. It says a person who serves in an army, fighter, serviceman. Hold on, fighter. So you're a fighter. That's you know that's a synonym for soldier. A serviceman. We're businessmen of Yahushua Mashiach. Comrade in arms. You know, ye are my friends if they do so whatever I command you. A warrior, like you were just going into a warrior. You know, a trooper, an enlisted man, him that have chosen you to be a soldier, man at arms. As much as a Mashiach has suffered in the flesh, arm yourself likewise with the same mind. You know.
Yep.
Oh man, it's in the verb for it. It says carry on doggedly, persevere, persevere, persist, keep on. You know, but be a unmovable and abounding, always in the work of the Lord. You know, keep going. You know, be not weary in well doing. Don't not take no for an answer. Stand one's ground. You know, be grounded in Yahushua. You know, it said stay the course. I have fought a good fight of faith.
Yep.
I have finished my course. You know, hang on, stick to one's guns, hang in there. You know, so you know that says enough. You know.
That's the spirit. As I was thinking about getting Sirach 2. It kind of goes into it, you know.
You got go ahead, brother.
I want to start at 13. You know, we could start up higher, but this is Sirach 2 and 13. It says, "Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not; therefore he shall not be defended."
Yes. Oh, that's a good precept. Read it one more time, about.
Sirach 2 and 13 says, "Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he
So if
believeth."
you faint-hearted, you know, you're being weak, you're being weary. You know,
Yep.
woe unto you, death unto you, man.
Yep.
You know.
Yep. You know that hurt means mind. You know, so you're being weak-minded. Your mind is weak.
God, not. Yeah. Oh, I can't do it. I'm not strong enough. You know.
It says, "Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not; therefore he shall not be defended."
Yeah, he that doubteth is damned if he do. You know what I'm saying? You out your damn mind, man. You know. Well, if you believe you gonna lose, then you gonna lose, man. It's the battle. The first battle starts in your.
You there, bro? You there? I can't hear you, bro. I'm gonna just read verse 5. It says, "For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in a furnace of adversity." Acceptable men. All right. So to be accepted, all right, you're gonna go through that fire, man. Go through that furnace of adversity. Zechariah 13 tells you only the 1/3 is gonna be making it through that fire. You there, bro?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Khan, you heard me?
Yeah, what you say, brother Salakia?
Khan. No, I was just bringing out verse 5. I'm gonna read
Oh,
it again.
bring it out one more time. Con.
Khan. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in a furnace of adversity.
You got it, bro.
So ultimately, to be an acceptable man, you gotta go through that fire, man, through that furnace of adversity, man. It's going to take a particular, all right, type of grit, to endure, which the chapter goes into. I could give verse 1 or verse 2, where it says constantly endure. So you got to be made hard. You can't be no weakling. You can't be no punk. To be able to endure, all right, the affliction, that fiery trial, man.
Yep. Yeah, well, that's a good point. You say constantly endure. Well, we just went into that word soldier. Some of the synonyms for it said keep on, to persevere, to persist. To stick to one's guns.
Yep.
So that's it right there. You'll read that verse 13 one more time for me out, because I think it cut me out for a second.
Verse 13, Book of Sirach 2, it says, "Woe unto him that is faint hearted, for he believeth not, therefore he shall not be." Slakia. Read that one more time. It says, "Woe unto him that is faint hearted, for he believeth not, therefore shall he not be defended."
Right. And that's what it's all about, because Yahweh Shemashah, he said, don't be afraid, because Yahweh Shemashah that goeth over thee shall fight for thee. Just like he told Jeremiah, he told Jeremiah not to be afraid. Why? Because I'm gonna fight for you. So ultimately, if you be afraid, if you're being afraid, if you're being wary in your mind, if you're being weak in your mind, then Yahweh Shemashah ain't gonna fight for you, man. That's why you got to be strong. Be strong in the Lord, in the power of His might. Oh, let's get what it is.
What?
Oh, that be strong in the Lord and the power of His might. What precept is that, Joshua?
Let's see.
Or is that Ephesians? It might be. I think that's Ephesians 6.
Ephesians 6 and 10.
Yeah, that's it. Yep. Yep.
Let me read it.
Yeah, Baba Kashah.
It says, Ephesians 6 and 10, it says, "Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might."
It says finally. So that's it right there. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and the power of His might, man. That's what you got to do. That's how you're strong. You got to be strong in the Lord. You got to trust in in the power of His might, man.
Mm-hmm. Con.
You got something else out?
Yeah, I was gonna get that in Revelation 21 and then Wisdom 5.
Con.
You get what I got?
Yeah, you got it, brother.
This is in Revelation 21 and verse. Let me start at verse 7. It says, "He that overcometh shall inherit all things, and I will be his power, and he shall be my son."
Whew. Yeah, I was reading that precept the other day, and it hit me heavy when I was reading it. I was like, oh boy, it said he that overcometh shall inherit all things, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's why within all right, we were raised up to be tough, man. Because why? Because we got something hellacious waiting for us. If we got something great waiting for us. If we can be strong and overcome, man.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's why Yahweh Shemashah is making us so tough, because he like, look, I got something real good for you if you can man up out here. Just like, if you go in there and fight, somebody that's outside of your weight class, or somebody that's outside of your division. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get more chips. You're gonna get another you're gonna get another championship belt. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get more credentials. So you go in there and do it. You don't be scared to go in there and fight, because you got more credentials on the line. You know.
Khan. Yep. Says, he that overcometh shall inherit all things, and I will be his power, and he shall be my son.
Woo! And I will be his power, and he shall be my son. That's enough. That's enough for you to, you know what I'm saying? Be like, oh, whatever. I ain't scared of nothing, man. You know.
Right,
You know
what
what
you
I'm saying?
need, like whatever you need, like Lord willing, I'm there. You can count on me.
Yeah, no. Yep.
Verse 8, it says, but the fearful and unbelieving and the abominable and murderers and whoremongers and sorcerers and idolaters and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death.
Well, we know. Well, stubbornness, that's the sin of idolatry. You know, so you being stubborn, you don't want to you don't want a man, you don't want to be tough. Well, you are idolater. You know, well, you being fearful. Being fearful. What you're not going to be defended. You know, because Yahweh did not give us the spirit of fear. You know, you saying you down for Yahweh Shai, but you're not enduring hardness as a good soldier. You're a liar. You know, so you're gonna be destroyed, man. You know, the unbelieving. You don't believe that Yahweh Shai can defend you out here. You know, so you're not gonna be defended. You know.
Yep. Straight up.
You know.
Yeah, this goes into a lot, you know. Murderers, you know, and a lot of it's like hand in hand with each other, you know, liars, murderers, you know what I'm saying? That goes hand in hand. If you hate your brother, you say you love the Most High, then you're a murderer and you're a liar.
God, exactly, and then on top of that, you know, if you what Yahweh Shai said, he said, if you love me, keep my commandments, man. What Yahweh Shai said you do, he told you to lay down your life, you know. So you really hate your brother, you know, and you being a liar, just like you said, you know.
Yep. Ultimately, you're an idolater, man, because you're not serving Yahweh Shem Hashai.
God, you know,
They all go hand in hand, man.
Yep, God.
So this is what's coming, all right? You know what I'm saying? To all those who are not, you know what I'm saying, being a real man, you know, in this thing, man.
Yep.
But yeah, that was the point. You had something?
Can you read 3 in that verse, Baba Kashar? Is it 3 where it say tabernacle with man? I think is it 3 or 1?
I know verse 3 says it. Yeah.
Yeah, the 3.
It says, Revelation 21:3 says, and I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle of Yahweh Shem Hashai is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and the Most High himself shall be with them and be their power.
Right, so that's what it is. Yahweh Shem Hashai, the tabernacle of Yahweh Shem Hashai is with men, not women. You know what I'm saying? It's not with women out here. You know what I'm saying? It's with men. You know.
Yep. It's a reason for everything, man. It's a time and a purpose for everything, man. You know. So 144,000 is the reason why they're men. You know. It's a purpose for that. You know.
Yep.
Women have their purpose. You know. But it's not this.
Right. You know, Psalms 113 tell you what the woman's purpose is, man. You know, there's women who gonna be delivered. You know, there's women who gonna be delivered.
Yep. And was it Titus that goes into it?
I
know.
I think that's what Titus going to it. Yeah,
Titus.
I think it's Titus 3. Tell you about the sober women.
Right.
And, also, I think
Timothy.
it's 3 John.
Oh, 3 John.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, 3 John 1. You know, when to speak about the elect lady.
Okay.
You know. You know, but it's several scriptures that go into it. You know. But you know, think about that as well though too. A lot of women that's gonna be delivered, you know, guess what they gonna stand up manfully, like the Maccabean mother. Like
that's the spirit. I was just thinking about that. Yep.
You know. They gonna stand up manfully. You know.
Because if you go into that word, you know, the Aquathium, they love using that Proverbs 31, who could find a virtuous woman.
Mm-hmm.
And if you get that word virtuous, let me see if I could just get it real quick while we on it.
Right.
In the blue letter Proverbs 31, and it was a 10. You can get that word virtuous. This is in the Hebrew. Strong's H 24:28. It says strength, might, efficiency, wealth, army. It says strength, ability, efficiency, wealth, force, army. See that? Come on, man. So that's required, man. You know, and that's going to be as the scripture brings out. Just to read it, it says, "Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies."
Oh, that's that fine gold. That's that
Come
fine
on, man.
gold above the golden wedge of Ophir. That's woo-wee. That's cold.
Yep. Ain't no way around that one.
Yeah, that's nice. I got a quick one to back you up. This Proverbs chapter 12 verse 4. It says, "A virtuous woman is a crown to her husband, but she that maketh ashamed is as rottenness in his bones." Whoo! And the crown to the virtuous woman is gonna be the elect and the remnant. Those who are above rubies. That's gonna be the crown to her husband, to Yahweh Shema Shai. They're gonna be his power. He's gonna be their power. But she that maketh ashamed is his rottenness in his bones. That's a weakling. That's a punk ass nigga. I don't want nothing to do with him.
Yep.
But yep. You said you had something else out?
I just had that in Wisdom 5.
You got it, bro.
This is in Wisdom 5:1. It says, "Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no account of his labors." So, that was really the point. Ultimately, that a righteous man, this is what he's going to be doing, man. Standing in great boldness, man. Right? But before affliction, all right? Just like the accounts, you could get, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, man. Being just standing in the face of afflictions, man. Of course, Yahweh Shai, it takes a level of boldness to do that, man.
Yep. Most definitely. Most definitely.
Yeah, that was all I had.
Is it on that? Can you? I'm gonna get this word manfully, because we touched on it a little bit. This word manfully, of course, I've been getting the synonyms a lot. It says bravely, again, synonymous with being bold. Well, here you go. Bravely, courageously, boldly. Boldly.
Come on, man. Yep.
Gallantly, fearlessly, valiantly, heroically, resolutely, determinedly, stoutly, hard. Oh my goodness. Strongly, vigorously. Come on, man. Yeah, we ain't. That's it, man. Like that's the. You see, so all this ties in together. You said, is it on that?
Yeah, that was it on that.
Let's get this Psalms 144.
Psalm 144 and where?
And 1. Baba Kashab.
Psalms 144:1. It says, "Blessed be the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, my strength, which teaches my hands to war and my fingers to tight." Salaki, my fingers to fight. Salakia.
Yeah, no, you good, brother? So, Yahweh Shema Shai, he had us in the gym. You know what I'm saying? Like sparring with, like, knuckle up. You know what I'm saying? Put your hands to your chin. You know what I'm saying? Put your right hand is your lead hand. Your left hand, that's your left hand, that's your lead hand. Your right hand, put that by your chin. That's your defense. That's your last line of defense. Yahweh Shema Shai, he taught our hands how to war. He taught our fingers how to fight, man. You know what I'm saying? He told us how to, stand up and fight out here, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Straight up.
Um,
Yeah. Let's go into the scriptures, man.
God, no, that's teaching you how to fight. Ephesians the 6th chapter. We would have kept reading on
Mm-hmm.
Ephesians the 6th chapter. It's telling you how to fight right there.
Yep.
You know,
Mm-hmm. Taking that armor. Yep.
kind of, you know. But it starts off with what? Being strong in the Lord. You know.
Kind.
Can we get 1 Timothy 6 and 12? Salakia, Sirach 4 and 28.
Kind. This is in the book of Sirach 4 and 28. It says, strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee.
You got it, bro.
Kind. So this is, hey man, this is what's required, man. All right, for the Lord to fight for you, this is what you gotta do. You know, you gotta strive for the truth unto death, man. It ain't no, you know, it ain't no limit or all right, yeah, I've been in this thing for 5 years. Nah, man. Did you do it unto death though? You know,
Yeah.
you still here, so this is you're gonna continue. You got to keep going. Like we brought out, one of those synonyms was to keep going, to persevere, man.
Yep. Let's get that 1 Timothy 6 and 12 out.
Okay. 1 Timothy chapter 6 and verse 12, it says, fight the good fight of faith, lay hold on eternal life, whereunto thou art also called, and hast professed a good profession before many witnesses.
A profession, you know, a profession. When
Mm-hmm.
you went into that word affairs, it was a business or occupation, which is pretty much synonymous with a profession. You know, it says fight the good fight of faith, man. Lay hold on eternal life, whereunto thou art called. You know, many are called. You know,
Mm-hmm.
we're called to fight this fight, man. You know, we're called to, you know, stand up and endure, you know, and fight for our lives out here, man. You know, fight the good fight of faith, which, you know, that's how you fight, man, because you believe that Yahweh Shemashah is gonna take care of you, man. You know, having faith, you know. It
Mm-hmm.
says which you have professed before many witnesses, which ultimately, you know, we're made a spectacle unto men and angels, man. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so you know we don't want, you know how Jake is. Jake, you know, you get in a fight at school, and then you lose the fight or something. You know, Jake, they gonna be looking at you like a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you a punk ass nigga, or you know, somebody try you in front of the whole school. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, you don't buck back and fight back. Everybody gonna be like, oh yeah, you scary. You know, you a whole ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta, you know, you gotta hold fast to the good profession that you done you know, proclaimed in front of many witnesses, man. You know what I'm saying? Fight the good fight of faith, man. Lay hold on eternal life, man. Man, stand up and man up, man. You know, because ultimately, even if you fight, they're gonna be like, well, he ain't scared to fight. He'll throw them hands. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Even if you lose, you know what I'm saying? So like, even if you lose, they're gonna be like, well, shit, he ain't just gonna let you try him out here. He gonna fight. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You got some out?
Yeah, well, kind of, it was, I mean, kind of more like a point. You don't gotta get all the scripts, but it's kind of like a Karaf type of thing. You know, he'd be doing his stretches, it's like almost a stretch, but not really.
God, you got, go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Because, you know, we could get Revelation 14:4 where it says, follow the Lamb. Ultimately, we know, you know, we're followers of Hamashiach Yahushai, you know? And if you go to, was it St. John 14:7, all right, it says, if ye had known me, ye should have known my Father also. So we understand that we following the Hamashiach, you know, ultimately, right? He says, if you've seen me, you've seen my Father, right? And what does it say in Exodus 15? It says the Lord is a man of war. You know what I'm saying? So ultimately, following Yahushua, that's going to lead you to being that man of war, man.
Yep. It's nice, It's nice,
God. Yeah, that was it.
Can we get 1 Corinthians 9 and 26?
God. 1 Corinthians 9 and verse 26, it says, I therefore so run, not as uncertainly, so fight I. It's like it says, so fight I. It says, not as one that beateth the air.
Right. Not as one who beateth the air. We don't fight to beat the air out here, man. We fight to hit the mark. You know what I'm saying? We ain't fight. You at the house. You at the house in your room just shadow boxing. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, when I get out there, I'm gonna do this. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember one time, you know what I'm saying? I was young, man, middle school, and I was at home like, yeah, when I see this nigga, I'm gonna do this. I was in my room, you know, just shadow boxing. You know what I'm saying? Like throwing the hooks and left hooks and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Jabbing like when I see him, I'm gonna do this. You know what I'm saying? Man,
Mm-hmm.
we ain't fighting to beat the air. You know, we fighting for real. You know what I'm saying?
God. Yep, this is the real deal.
God, bro. You know, so we gotta really we gotta really throw hands out here, man. You know, we gotta really, you know, be about this life, man. You know what I'm saying? Because why? Because this is what Yahweh Shemashah requires. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Can we get Hebrews 12 for me, Baba Kasha? I got a couple more, just a few more accounts, you know, just examples on, you know, throughout the scriptures.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we could wrap it after these.
Okay.
Whatever you got. Start in Hebrews 12, started Baba Kasha started
11:44. Call your Bashim Hashem.
Allah Yabashimasa. Can you start at oh, well, it kind of back up what you were saying. If you start at 3, start at 3 and go down to like 10. Baba Kasha.
This is Hebrews 12:3. It says, "For consider him that endured much contradiction of sinners against himself, lest ye be wearied and faint in your minds."
Yeah, that back up what you were saying about Yahweh Mashak. If you've seen Yahweh Shai, you've seen Yahweh. You know, so we're supposed to follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. You know, so consider him who endured such contradiction of sinners against himself, man. You know, he was the ultimate. You know, he didn't punk out on the ultimate level, man. You know.
Yep. It says in verse 4, "Ye have not resisted unto blood, striving against sin."
Yeah, you ain't resisting against blood, fighting against sin, man. You know what I'm saying? Yahweh Shai Mashiach, he did. You know, well, he actually was sweating blood, man. You know, you ain't did that.
It says, "And ye have forgotten the exhortation which speaketh unto you as unto children. My son, despise not thou the chastening of the Lord, nor faint when thou art rebuked of him."
Right, because thou shalt beat them with the rod, but deliver them thy soul from hell. So ultimately, you know, Yahweh Shai Mashiach, he trying to deliver your soul from hell. You know, which we know is not no literal hell, but it's gonna be hell on earth. You know, those who have despised my law and cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. That's gonna be their hell. You know.
Verse 6 it says, "For whom the Lord loveth he chasteneth, and scourgeth every son whom he receiveth."
So if the Lord love you, he gonna chastise you, man. You know, point blank, period, man. If the Lord love you, he gonna chastise you. You know, so deal with it. It says, "And scourge of every son whom he receives." So he gonna scourge you, man. If he's receiving you as a son, he's gonna scourge you. You know.
"If ye endure chastening, Yahweh Shai dealeth with you as with sons. For what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not?"
Yeah, that's not a son. What's gonna go into it?
It says, "But if ye be without chastisement, whereof all are partakers, then ye..." Let me just start at verse 8. It says, "But if ye be without chastisement, whereof all are partakers, then are ye bastards and not sons."
And that's like Esau, man. That's why Esau, you know what I'm saying, this he could just run around and do whatever the hell he want to do and nothing happens to him. Or like Moab, he could just sit there and eat some damn clams and some octopuses. You know what I'm saying? And nothing happens to him because you're a bastard. The Lord don't love you, man. You know?
It says, "Furthermore, we have had fathers of our flesh which corrected us, and we gave them reverence. we shall not much rather be in subjection to the Father of spirits and live.
Yeah, here it is. Your pops, he toughing you up like, oh, you know, pops got you out. You know what I'm saying? Damn, all day long at the gym shooting jump shots. You know what I'm saying? Shooting free throws, doing dribble moves. You know what I'm saying? He got you in the damn hot ass sun football practice doing push-ups, man. You know what I'm saying? Doing jumping jacks and running laps and shit, man. You know?
For they verily for a few days chasten us after their own pleasure, but he for our profit, that we might be partakers of his holiness.
Right. So Yahweh Shema Shai, he not doing this because, okay, he's getting some out of it, which ultimately he's pleased with, us pleasing him. He's pleased with us, being, being perfected and being upright as he would like, but ultimately this is not for, like your father. It's not the same on the same level like your father would. Your father, he'll do it so he can be like, oh, that's my son number 32 right there, running through that hole. You know what I'm saying? That's not why he doing it. You know what I'm saying? So he can, brag to his partners or something. You know what I'm saying? He doing this for you. So you could be partakers of his holiness, man.
Yep.
So that's what it's all about, man. You want to be a partaker of Yahweh Shema Shai's holiness. Well, you gotta, you gotta man up out here. That's why he ain't raised us to be a punk, because he wants us to be partakers of his holiness, man. And the only way to be a partaker of his holiness is to go through that fire, like you brought out in Sirach too.
That's right, bro.
Can we get Salakia? 1 Samuel. Salakia, brother. Let me see exactly where I want to start it. Okay, start at 1 Samuel 15 and 2. Start at 2.
Come. 1 Samuel 15:2 says, Thus said the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai of hosts, I remember that which Amalek did to Israel, how he laid wait for him in the way when he came up from Egypt. It says, Now go and smite Amalek, and utterly destroy all that they have, and spare them not, but slay both man and woman, infant and suckling, ox and sheep, camel and ass.
So Yahweh Shema Shai, he said, bro, go slay both man, woman, infant, suckling, ox and sheep, camel and ass, man. Yahweh Shema Shai said, go slay them all.
Read down.
Keep going.
It says in verse 4, And Saul gathered the people together and numbered them in Telam, 200,000 footmen. It says, and 10,000 men of Judah. And Saul came to a city of Amalek and lay wait in the valley. And Saul said to the Kenites, Go, depart, get you down from among the Amalekites, lest I destroy you with them, for ye shewed kindness to all the children of Israel when they came up out of Egypt. So the Kenites departed from among the Amalekites.
Hey man, look, that's how raw, you know what I'm saying? That's how raw we are, as children of Yahweh Shema Shai. Like, look, man, I'll wipe out the Kenites. If y'all don't get the hell, I'm gonna kill y'all ass too,
Yep. They'll hand you in the hand. It says, And Saul smote the Amalekites from Havilah until thou comest to Shur, that is over against Egypt. And he took Agag, the king of the Amalekites, alive, and utterly destroyed all the people with the edge of the sword. The Saul and the people spared Agag the best of the sheep, and of the oxen, and of the fatlings, and the lambs, and all that was good, and would not utterly destroy them, but everything that was vile and refuse, that they utterly that they destroyed utterly.
So hold on. You punked out? You didn't kill Agag? You know, you punked up, you punked out and then killed Agag, man. You know, how about you myself? He said, spare not none of their ass, man. You know, he said, kill the infant, the old, whoever is there, kill their ass. You know, so what? He didn't ultimately he did not he punked out basically. You know, he didn't he spared somebody, man. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so can we jump down to 26?
Con,
The same chapter, jump down to 26, Baba Kasha.
Verse 26 says, And Samuel said unto Saul, I will not return with thee, for thou hast rejected the word of the Lord, and the Lord hath rejected thee from being king over Israel.
Yeah, so Samuel like, man, I ain't fucking with no punk ass niggas out here, man. You know what I'm saying? It basic, just applying it to this topic we're touching on. You know,
Mm-hmm. Like Hosea 4, if you rejecting Yahweh Shem Shah, what he gonna do? You know, he gonna reject you.
yep.
Verse 27,
Mm-hmm.
it says, And as Samuel turned about to go away, he laid hold upon the skirt of his mantle and rent. And Samuel said unto him, The Lord Yahweh hath rent the kingdom of Israel from thee this day, and hath given it to a neighbor of thine that is better than thou.
Mm-hmm.
It says, And also the strength of Israel will not lie nor repent, for he is not a man that he should repent.
Mm-hmm.
Then he said, I have sinned, yet honor me now, I pray thee, before the elders of my people, and before Israel, and turn again with me, that I may worship the Lord Yahweh thy power. It
Mm-hmm.
says, So Samuel turned again after Saul, and Saul worshipped the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai.
Mm-hmm.
Keep going.
Yeah, keep going.
It
But
says,
go down to 30. Yeah, just keep reading. Baba Kasha.
It says 32. It says, Then said Samuel, Bring ye hither to me Agag, the king of the Amalekites. And Agag came unto him delicately, and Agag said, Surely the bitterness of death is past.
Oh shit! Hey, Gab was like, hold on, hey, shit, he done killed everybody. Like, what's going on? What you doing now? You know?
Right. Yep. It says, And Samuel said, As thy sword hath made woman childless, so shall thy mother be childless among women.
Woo!
And Samuel hewed Agag in pieces before the Lord, Yahweh Shai, and Gilgal.
Yeah, that's it right there. You know what I'm saying? So ultimately, Samuel he sliced he sliced Agag in pieces before Yahweh shot. You know? Why? Because Yahweh Shai ain't raise up no punk out. You mean you better chop that nigga ass up, man. You know? That's what Yahweh shot out. He bought that business out here, man. Man, you better chop his ass to pieces, man. You know, and Samuel did it. That's why Samuel was so that's why Samuel was so upright and chosen by the Lord. That's why he was the priest of the Lord. That's why he was the prophet of the Lord, man. Because Samuel was about that business, man. He whatever the Lord told him to do, he did it, man, without hesitation, man. So even within you standing up and manning up out here. If Yahweh Shemashah tell you do it, you do it. You know, don't punk out regardless of what, man. I don't care if you don't want to chop somebody, but you better chop their ass to pieces, man. You know, or you want to save a couple ox, man. You better fucking kill them oxen. You know.
Mm-hmm.
But let's jump over to I want to get this in Salakia. Salakia. You'll grab First Maccabees 2:15 and read down, and I'm gonna try to find this account. I want to try to find this account real quick.
Come on. First Maccabees 2:15, it says, In the meanwhile, the king's officers, such as compelled the people to revolt, came into the city Modin to make them sacrifice. It
Mm-hmm.
says, and when many of Israel came unto them, it says, Matthias, it says, also and his sons came together. I think
Mm-hmm.
it's Mattathias. It's a lot. It says, then answered the king's officers and said to Mattathias, on this wise, thou art a ruler and an honorable and great man in the city, and strengthened with sons and brethren. It says, now therefore, come thou first, and fulfill the king's commandment, like as all the heathen have done, yea, and the men of Judah also, and such as remain at Jerusalem, so shalt thou and thy house be in the number of the king's friends, and thou and
Right.
thy
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like it, just to give a little context of what's going on. Damn, you had these wicked ass. I believe it was Antiochus, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was Antiochus. Um, yeah, his wicked ass. Going through with the Greeks. In their armies. You know, uh, going through pretty much ransacking Jerusalem and the temples, man, and causing them to defile the Sabbath days and eat pork, and do all type of manners of wickedness, man. You know, so they was trying to compel Matthias, and his sons to do the same thing.
Mhm. It says, and such as remain at Jerusalem, so shalt thou and thy house be in the number of the king's friends, and thou and thy children shall be honored with silver and gold and many rewards.
Right. Yeah. And that's like it's like just as a quick side note. That's how you notice Esau too, because this how Esau get down. He try to reward you for following after his wicked ass ways, man. You know.
Mhm. It says, then Mattai, uh, Slakia, Matthias, I know I'm pronouncing it Slakia.
You good.
Mattathias answered and spake with a loud voice, though all the nations that are under the king's dominion obey him, and fall away every one from the religion of their fathers, and give consent to his commandments, yet I and my sons and my brethren walk in the covenant of our fathers.
Mm. Mm.
It says, God forbid that we should forsake the law and the ordinances. It
Mm.
says, we will not hearken to the king's words to go from our religion, either on the right hand or on the left.
Mm. Yeah. So basically, we not bitching up for nothing out here. I don't give a fuck for what. We not bitching up.
hmm Now, when he had left speaking these words, there came one of the Jews in the sight of all to sacrifice on the altar, which was at Modin, according to the king's commandment.
Mm-hmm. Out of Israel, there came wicked men.
Oh, yeah, no new thing. It
God.
says, which thing, when Mattathias saw, he was inflamed with zeal, and his reins trembled, neither could he forbear to shew his anger according to judgment, wherefore he ran and slew him upon the altar.
Ooh, shit. So he performed the law, the performance of the law. Because you want to go, worship other gods, or sacrifice to other gods, in the law, you supposed to get your ass put to death, man. You know.
Mm-hmm. Read down.
Yeah, you keep reading on it, Bible Kasab.
Khan says, verse 25, also the king's commissioner who compelled men to sacrifice, he killed at that time, and the altar he pulled down.
Mm-hmm.
Thus dealt he zealously for the law of the Most High, like as Phinehas did unto Zambri the son of Salam. It says, and Mattathias cried throughout the city with a loud voice, saying, whosoever is zealous of the law and maintaineth the covenant, let him follow me.
Mm-hmm.
So he and his sons fled into the mountains, and left all that ever they had in the city.
Mm-hmm.
Then many that sought after justice and judgment went down into the wilderness to dwell there. both they and their children, and their wives and their cattle, because afflictions increase sore upon them.
Mm-hmm.
Says verse 31, now when it was told the king's servants and the hosts that it was at Jerusalem, Slakia. Verse 31, now when it was told the king's servants and the host that was at Jerusalem in the city of David, that certain men who had broken the king's commandment were going down into the secret places in the wilderness,
Mm-hmm.
they pursued after them a great number, and having overtaken them, they camped against them and made war against them on the Sabbath day.
Mm. God.
It says, and they said unto them, let that which ye have done hitherto suffice. Come forth and do according to the commandment of the king, and ye shall live.
Mm-hmm.
But they said, we will not come forth, neither will we do the king's commandment to profane the Sabbath day.
Mm.
So then they gave them the battle with all speed.
Dang.
Howbeit they answered them not, neither cast they a stone at them, nor stopped the places where they lay hid.
Mm-hmm.
But
Go to
said,
point right here.
verse 37, but said, let us die all in our innocency. It says, heaven and earth will testify for us that ye put us to death wrongfully.
Mm-hmm. Read 38.
So they rose up against them in battle on the Sabbath, and they slew them with their wives and children and their cattle to the number of 1,000 people.
Damn. You know? Damn, bro. So they slew 1,000 people, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, but this how strong and valiant and courageous and bold they were. They refused to break the Shabbat to the point where they allowed, you know, wives and children, bro, to be put to death, bro, by these fucking greasy ass Greeks, man. You know, in their armies, man. These fucking nasty ass heathen, man. You know. But they said, let us all die in our innocency, you know, and that's what it's all about, man. You know, that's why we got to be strong. Don't punk up, man. Cause why? Cause Yahweh Shemashai, he gonna justify his elect, man, and shall not Yahweh Shemashai avenge his very elect who cry unto him day and night, but he gonna avenge them speedily, man. You know, so that's why we're supposed to be strong and courageous in the Lord Yahweh Shemashai, cause why? He gonna take care of us, man. You know.
Yep.
But you know that was just I was going through Maccabees yesterday, and that was one of the many accounts I found intriguing. You know what I'm saying in there. You know, from what I was going through. You know that's heavy. They slew 1,000 people, bro. You know what I'm saying, on the Shabbat. You know what I'm saying, because they didn't want to fight on the Shabbat, but that's how zealous they was for Yahweh Shema Shai, how courageous and valiant they were. You know. About Yahweh Shema Shai, you know.
That's heavy.
Yeah. And we can just get this account. We can wrap it, because it's several more, but we definitely not drove on the point, I believe.
Lord willing.
Can we get 1 Samuel 17 and 33? Start at 32, Baba Kashab.
This is 1 Samuel 17 and 32. It says, and David said to Saul, let no man's heart fail because of him. Thy servant will go and fight with this Philistine.
Mm-hmm.
And Saul said to David, thou art not able to go against this Philistine to fight with him, for thou art but a youth, and he a man of war from his youth.
Right. So you see, King Saul, he always had, he always had that little doubt in him. You know what I'm saying? Like that little, he didn't kill Agag. You know what I'm saying? Then he, telling David, King David, like, look, man, you just a youth, man. You can't. I don't think you should go up and fight. You know what I'm saying? But obviously, not knowing that Yahweh Shema Shai, he don't deal with multitudes or in strength. That's not what Yahweh Shema Shai deal with out here. He deal with those who gonna stand boldly, and stand strong, courageously.
Mm-hmm. And David said unto Saul, thy servant kept his father's sheep, and there came a lion and a bear, and took a lamb out of the flock. And I went out after him, and smote him, and delivered it out of his mouth. And when he arose against me, I caught him by his beard, and smote him, and slew him.
Yeah, so King David always had, he always been ballsy and gutsy. You know what I'm saying? King David said he went and slew a lion, man. He went after a lion, bro. Because it had caught one of the sheep of his father's flock, man. He went and pursued the lion, man, and grabbed him by his beard and slew it.
Thy servant slew both the lion and the bear, and this uncircumcised Philistine shall be as one of them. Seeing he, oh man, that's a Jake, man.
God,
Seeing he hath defied the armies of the living power. David said, Moreover, the Lord Yahweh that delivered me out of the paw of the lion and out of the paw of the bear, he will deliver me out of the hand of this Philistine. And Saul said unto David, Go, and the Lord Yahweh be with thee.
And we supposed to be, of the house of David, man. You know what I'm saying? Lord, whether we hope to be at the house of David, so we gotta, embody, like we gotta follow after David's stead, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, look, no matter what, Yahweh he gonna be with us, man. I don't give a damn about no big ass damn Philistine, because you read up in this chapter, I think it's up in this chapter. It was speaking about how Goliath was a giant. You know what I'm saying? Like he was huge, man. Nigga probably like 9, 10 feet, 8, 9 feet. You know what I'm saying? 4, 5, 600 pounds. You know what I'm saying? Brolic. Got a big ass sword and armor. You know what I'm saying? The King David, like, man, I'm not worried about that. Why? Because Yahweh I ain't raised no punks out here. And you read down to 50, Baba Kashar.
Come. It says, And Saul armed David with his armor, and he put an helmet on of brass upon his head, and he armed him with a coat of mail. And David girded his sword upon his armor, and he essayed to go, for he had not proved it. And David said unto Saul, I cannot go with these, for I have not proved them. And David put them off him.
Ooh, so he ain't even take no armor with him, man. Hey, this cold, man.
And he took his staff in his hand, and chose him 5 smooth stones out of the brook, and he put them in the shepherd's bag which he had, even in a scrip, and his sling was in his hand, and he drew near to the Philistine. And the Philistine came on and drew near David. And the Philistine came on and drew near unto David, and the man that bare the shield went before him. And when the Philistine looked about and saw David, he disdained him, for he was but a youth, and ruddy, and of a fair countenance. And the Philistine said unto David, Am I a dog, that thou comest to me with staves? And the Philistine cursed David by his gods. It says, And the Philistine said to David, Come to me, and I will give thy flesh unto the fowls of the air, and to the beasts of the field.
Well, what Yahweh Shemashah told Jeremiah in Jeremiah the first chapter, which we read, he said, don't be dismayed, neither be afraid of them. You know what I'm saying? Don't be afraid of their faces. Say not that I am a child.
Beautiful. It says, verse 45, Then said David to the Philistine, Thou comest to me with a sword, and with a spear, and with a shield, but I come to thee in the name of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'al-Shem Yahushai of hosts, the power of the armies of Israel, whom thou hast defied.
Hey, boy, you read these scripts, they get you kind of pumped up a little bit, boy.
God. It says, verse 46, This day will the Lord, Yahweh Ba'al-Shem Yahushai, deliver thee into mine hand, and I will smite thee, and take thine head from thee, and I will give the carcasses of the hosts of the Philistines this day into the fowls of the air, and to the wild beasts of the earth, that all the earth may know that there is a power in Israel.
That there's a power in Israel,
Mm-hmm. And all this assembly shall know that the Lord, Yahabashim Hashai, saveth not with sword and spear, for the
Mm-hmm.
battle is the Lord Yahweh's, and he will give you into our hands.
Mm.
And
Mm-hmm.
it came to pass, when the Philistine arose and came and drew nigh to meet David, that David hasted and ran toward the army to meet the Philistine. And David put his hand in his bag, took thence a stone, and slang it, and smote the Philistine in his forehead, that the stone sunk into his forehead, and he fell upon his face to the earth.
Mm.
Fell upon his face to the earth.
Mm-hmm.
So David prevailed over the Philistine with a sling and with a stone, and smote the Philistine and slew him. But there was no sword in the hand of David.
Yeah, so basically, Yahweh Shah put the spirit on King David to where he ain't had no he wasn't scared, man. He ain't had no fear. He wasn't afraid. He had them big nuts, man. He ran up on Goliath and took his ass down with a stone, man. You know, and that's how we gotta be, man. We gotta feel like, man, no matter what the circumstances is, or who the opposition or the adversary is, man, or what the adversary, we could beat it with a small device. You know why? Because we got in that small device is the faith as of a mustard seed. You can move a mountain, man. You know what I'm saying? So trusting in Yahweh Shema Shine and manning up for Yahweh Shema Shine is all you need out here, man. And you straight, just don't punk up, because if King David would have punked out in this situation, well, Yahweh Shema Shine would have, let this nasty ass Philistine, this nasty ass Hamite, do his way with King David,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's it, man. We definitely drove home the point. Lord willing, it was edifying. For any sincere listeners, you got anything to add, brother?
Khan, I mean, yeah, that right there, that hit it, man. And that's synonymous, because we understand that we Lord willing, we try to make it into that house of David. Ultimately the men that's gonna take down the kingdom, just like David took down this Philistine.
God,
So
that's a great point.
takes the same traits, that David had, like you bringing out, to do the will of the Father, man.
God, bro, and don't punk up,
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, that was it. Lord willing, the point was made.
You close it out.
So with that, you want to give all praises to Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Bahashem,
Hashem,
Yahushai,
Yahushai,
Bahashem,
Hashem,
Rakah,
Rakah,
Kadash.
Kadash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to all the sincere Akim, adoring afflictions, making our calling and election sure. Shalom to the elect.
Shalom.